Hello cadets, congratulations are in order for your inauguration as a sailor. And in light of that, now we will present to you several lessons that you might need to know in order to survive the harsh deep seas and caves of Europa. First, we will talk about your skills. There are several skills that you already know, but you will realize there is number assigned to those skills. The lower the skill number, the more you will fail tests regarding that skills. In example, if your electrical engineering is low, you'll get zapped a lot. You might even burn today because of that. But do not be disheartened. There is no gain without some risk and pain. The learning curve might be steep, but once you get the basic of each skills, you will gain experience easily, you'll realize number is just a number, and you'll master them in no time. You might be assigned to a certain role, which means you have better skills for said role, but that doesn't mean you should only do jobs relating to said role. Now I'll discuss each skills individually. Helm Skills is your skill to navigate the ship. While there are numbers assigned to it, navigating the ship lies mostly in your experience. The more you navigate the ship, the more experienced you are. Weapon skill talks more on how well you handle weapons. Again, just like helm skill, the more experienced you are on how to handle weapons, the better you will be. And again, the more you realize number is just numbers. Mechanical and electrical skills are for repairing and fixing devices around the submarine, and how safely you can fix those devices. The lower those skills, the longer it takes to repair the devices, and also you'll get saved more often. Well, no worries, just go to the medic to get your wound treated and get back to fixing stuff. And finally, medical skill. This is the skill which numbers matters the most. The higher the number, the more accurate your diagnosis. If you have low medical skills, there are still no worries. You can read the description of each medicine and you can tell what they are used for. Then you can apply them based on what ailments the patient has. At this point, you should understand what each skills do, and realize that the numbers assigned to those skills doesn't matter that much. Well, except for medical skills, and mechanical and electrical skills to an extent, as you can compensate with your understanding on how to do each task correlating to said skills. Personally, I only think of those skills as how proficient you are with tasks that relate to those skills. But once you sail a few times, you understand what to do naturally, and with my help through this video, hopefully you'll have a smooth first voyage. Before you venture onwards, it is best to understand the layout of your submarine first. You can do this by the monitor just above the docking port, or if you're already on a voyage, press tab and open up the submarine layout. It is very important for you to understand the submarine layout and where the important items are. Where's the diving suit? Where's the diving mask? Where's the welding tool? Where's command room? And where can I get medicine to tend my wounds? Those are examples of why getting to know your submarine inside out is really important. It is also not something that you do once. There will be time where you will change submarine, and when you do, you need to know the submarine inside out again. So keep these two things in mind. You can check the submarine layout by pressing the tab button and or from the monitor near the docking port in the station. And you need to know where the important items are placed. On your voyage, your submarine might be damaged due to monster attacks or crashing into reefs. Do not panic. You can fix breach or damaged walls with your welding tools. Outer hull or armor can be fixed with welding tools too, but requires you to get out of the submarine, so don't do that if there is a hostile on site. Now, you might think fixing stuff is a task for mechanical and electrical engineer. Wrong. It is a job that everyone needs to be able to do. Fixing hull is very easy. Just aim at the broken wall or hull, then fire up your welding tools until it is fixed. Fixing the device is something that everyone needs to be able to do too, but it is best to leave it to mechanical or electrical engineers, as they can fix it faster and safer. But if situation demands it, there's nothing wrong for other roles to help fixing devices. Equip your wrench and screwdriver, then start fixing stuffs. Now you know how to fix stuff and keep your submarine from leaking everywhere. The next step is device repair prioritization. Submarines should only have water in its ballast and airlocks, so anywhere but those places should not have water in it. You can check the water level from the controls and see where the fluid is. Now, in order to make sure your submarine can take out the excess water out of itself, you need to do these steps. 1. Repair the leaks. 2. Repair the water pumps. And 3. Keep the power on. I already told you how to use welding tools to fix the leaks, and I already told you how to fix devices. In case you forgot, it is with wrench and screwdriver. I will teach you on how to keep the power on, but first, I will explain why you need to do them in order. Simply put, you need to take out the water from inside your submarine. If you pump the water out, but there still leaks everywhere, water will still come rushing in. So it is better to fix the leak first, then water the pumps if they are broken. Then turn on the power so the pumps can pump out the water out of the submarine. Now, on to power related tasks. I will only talk essential stuff that you need to know, which is knowing how to use the reactor. You can put the reactor on auto, but sometimes it doesn't work and you need to manually raise the power first, so knowing how to control the reactor is quite important. When you open up the reactor, you will see two bars with a needle. When you turn it on by clicking the red button after you put a fuel rod in, the bars will have red, orange, and green zone. You can control the needle with the slider below the bars, so what do you need to do? On the right side, you'll see a graph with numbers and another bar with two arrows. The graph will tell you the electricity the submarine generates and the power the reactor generates. The number on top is for the required power to run the submarine, and the number on the bottom is for the power the reactor generates. In order for the reactor to generate the required power for the submarine to run, you will need to play with the needle via the slider. Generally, you should put both bars in the green zone. If the power generated is not enough, then one of the bar needs to go to the orange zone. I do not recommend you let the needles into the red zone, as it is not a good thing to happen, so make sure you keep the needles on either green or orange zone. Now while playing with the needles, you'll sometimes see some of the warning lights light up, or some warning alarm blaring. I'm not going to go in depth on the system, but this is the basic thing to keep in mind. Remember the bar besides the graph with two arrows on top and bottom. The bottom arrow represents minimum safety level, and the top arrow represents maximum stop level. So when you are playing with the needles, keep note at the safety level. Make sure it is always in between the bottom and top row, since the middle section represents the level where the submarine electricity requirement is fulfilled. Handling the gunnery or ship turret is quite easy, you just need to aim and shoot. But remember, you are operating a gunnery ship turret. It will take time for the weapon to align to your aim, so make do with that and aim through. Lastly, we'll talk about how to steer the submarine. Once you are on the steering monitor, you will notice there's a red box in the middle of the submarine. That is your steering wheel. Pull it to top to make the sub ascend, down to descend, left to move backward, and right to move forward. If you want to brake, just pull the box opposite of where it first headed. And the farther you pull the right box, the faster the submarine will go towards that direction. Keep in mind, the change won't be instant but rather gradual, so if you're going to crash, pulling the red box far to the back won't instantly make the submarine stops. In order to avoid crashing, you can utilize the sonar. You have two modes, passive and active. Passive will tell you your surrounding, but the range is quite small, sometimes just before you crash. While active mode have a wide area so you can see clearly, but keep in mind, active sonar mode also attracts monsters because of the sonar, so use it wisely. The blue outline is usually the hard reefs or structures, green outline is breakable reefs but still hard, so don't trust yourself towards it. And sometimes you'll see shining dot. It could be monsters, it could be minerals, or it could be your teammate outside. Pay attention on how it behaves. You don't want your grid to spell doom to your crews now, are we? Finally, you have autopilot mode. Let me be honest with you guys, the pathfinding kinda suck. Sometimes using autopilot can make you stuck instead of arriving to your destination, so just use it to maintain position. Now, sometimes you need to go out to explore wreckage or ruins, or maybe to mine some mineral, or maybe even to launch some surprise attacks. Either way, you need to be prepared. If you're going out, you will need these items. Diving suit, it's a no-brainer. Extra oxygen tanks, weapons to defend yourself out there, water scooter so you can run away quickly, and lastly, either handheld sonar or sonar beacon. If possible, don't go out alone, as it is very dangerous and no one can come help you if something happens. So always, if possible, go out in pair or a team. Now, what happens if by some chance your submarine sunk? Do not panic. Stay calm. First, you need to get either diving mask or diving suit. Both can provide oxygen in the case of flooding, but only diving suit can prevent high pressure damage. So if you're already deep down the sea, always go for the diving suit before going to fix the leaks in flooded room. And lastly, turn on the reactor so the pump can do their works. All of those I've mentioned are akin to first aid kit in case of submarine sunk. The main point is keep calm and don't panic. Remember what to do and always wear the diving suit before going into a flooded room. We are finally at the end, and at this point, you already know the basic of surviving this harsh sea. Yes, you heard that right. My explanation is merely the basic. There are a lot of stuff to learn on your voyage, so don't get full of yourself just because you finished watching this video. There's more from where that come from. But anyway, by watching this video, you are a full-fledged sailors, and on top of that, you can survive this harsh sea. You can contact me if you have more questions. But unfortunately, this is the end of the video. There are still a lot of things that I want to teach you, but I guess we are limited in funds. What? I can't say that? Oh well, once again, I congratulate you cadets for becoming full-fledged sailors, and good luck, and may the deep sea of Europa be kind to you.